Welcome to Success Nation. I'm your host, Gary Ernest. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 7 reasons to let go of the wrong people. Usually in my life, I used to have this idea that, some people are worth keeping in your life regardless of their problems, regardless of things that they're doing. Maybe there are ways for them to change. Maybe I'm the one that needs to change, and therefore let me keep them around even though I know they're no good. I know they're not doing good. They're not good for me. I know they're not helping me grow. So therefore, I used to keep them around. And sometimes you have some people that they come to your life, they antagonize you. You feel cringing inside. You feel you don't want them to be around you. However, I used to think that I could just help fix them. I used to think that by keeping them around, maybe they'll get better. And as time goes by, and I've learned that sometimes letting go is the best way for you to grow. Sometimes letting go is the best way for you to open the door for new growth to come, for new and more positive people to come into your life. And we sometimes don't think that. We feel like, we want to help everyone. We want to change everyone. And once you want to do good, you want to feel like you want to help them get better. In the process, you are not helping yourself. When you are busy helping people grow, you are busy destroying yourself. When you are busy helping them grow, you are busy destroying yourself. So this is your host, Gary Ernest. So today, that is what we are talking about. The 7 reasons to just let some people go. Yes, 7. Now you might say to yourself, why 7? Well, I could have chosen any type of numbers. I could have chosen 9. I could have chosen 8, 13. But I just decided to take number 7. And it just means certainty. It just means a lot. So therefore, I'm going to choose the 7 reasons to let them go. Number 1, some people are not worth holding on to. That's true. Some people you don't have to hold on to them. Now you might ask yourself, why is that? Why are they not worth holding on to? Okay. Why? Why does people not worth holding on to? You have to ask yourself this question, right? See, this is one person you have in your life. What do? Are they a plus or a minus? Some people stay because of what you can do. But there are also the people that's destroying your stuff. There are people that's not helping you grow. They always have some reasons to destroy your things. There's some reason they cause stress and grief in your life. And every time those people come around you, your stress level goes high. Your grief is just crazy. They don't treat you the way you should be treated. You know what I mean? You ask yourself, well, okay. Let's say you have a business partner who doesn't know how to take care of things, and every time they come around, they're antagonizing your employees. And that's not a good person to have around. Instead of helping your employees grow, they antagonize them. So therefore, you got to let them go. You have to let them go. You don't have to keep them. You have to let them go. Number 2, negative people. Negative people. Now, what do I mean by negative people? Is it because the person they just have a different perspective on how to look at things, or just because you just want them to be negative? Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Now, what I'm saying to you is there are some people that tend to focus more on things that are not good. They don't keep track of things. They don't keep track of things. They tend to just run behind. They tend to just not do the right thing. And then we say to yourself, is that person negative for not doing the right thing? Well, yes, they are. They are, because sometimes we're not mindful of what they are doing. We're not mindful of the situation that keeps happening, the things that they do. Not the things that they don't have control over. The things that they should have control over, but they don't. Let me give you an example. For example, let's say you have someone driving your car, and you let them drive your car, and then they come back, the car is all scratched up. Okay, maybe that was a mistake. And all of a sudden they call you, well, I was driving the company car, I rear-ended that car, but that's the other driver's fault. Okay. So you say to yourself, wow, this person's, maybe they're unlucky. Well, and if you look back, you kind of see that it's not luck or anything. It's their behavior, their attitude, the way they handle things. They are careless drivers. They drive carelessly on the streets, so therefore they tend to do things for things to happen to them. And sometimes it is not their property, it's your property, it's your business. You have to deal with the negative consequences because of what they do. Number 3. They do not look at the bigger picture. Let's say especially in us entrepreneurs, you have ideas that are big, grandiose ideas. And they're like, I don't know about that, man, it's not going to work. You're like, what? It's like they don't realize that you can create whether you create things. You have to have a mindset of creating things. They don't see things in life. They don't. It's like when you try to create something, they say, whatever. Yeah, that ain't gonna work anyways. You don't need people like that in your life. Because you try to hold on to them. You try to say, maybe that person, maybe they don't mean any harm. Maybe they don't mean any harm. And then sometimes they say to yourself, I didn't mean any harm. I just don't see it. And then even if you try to help them see it, you're not making them see it, but you're helping them see the bigger picture. They still want to convince you that it is wrong. It doesn't matter what ideas you throw at them. They look at you like, yes, over it. Yep. Then the next one, the next one is the one that tends to be, they take you for granted. They treat you very badly. I mean, very badly. They don't. It's like you say to yourself, "What's going on here?" They don't treat you the way they should be. You should be treated as a business partner, and you try to hold on to them, but they don't. Sometimes you have to give them a reality check. Whether to let go of them or not, but you have to listen. You gotta go. Because if the person is not doing what they're supposed to do, and then they taking you for granted, they're not helping you. They are moochers, they are users and abusers. I would advise you not to just stick around with them, because it's not the people you need to be in your life. Because we try to keep those people around, and as a result, we ended up being the one being the victim. That's the truth. And the next one is the toxic people. I mean toxic. I mean they just toxic. Wow. Well, now how do you say someone is toxic? Okay, let's work together, right? They have a cancerous mentality. They become a cancer in your soul. And what I mean by that is they are not a producing member of your team. They are not a producing member in your team. What do? They give you pain and suffering more than they give you pleasure. They give you pain and suffering more than they give you upliftment. They just not people you should, keep in your life. And sometimes we try to hold on to these people thinking that they're going to get better. But they do not get better, because that's why they're toxic. And you look at their history, you look at their friends, you look at the people that they've had around them, and what do people mostly say about those people? And if what they have said are usually moochers, negative, toxic characters, you need to get rid of them. You need to just let them go. And that doesn't make you a bad person. That only means that you need to know when to let go. And then should you keep them around? I would say the reality is no, you should not. You should not. Nope, you should not. And then you might say, well, what do I need to do? Just, what? Try and find new friends. Find new friends. That's what you need to do, because you cannot run a business with toxic people. You cannot do that. And you might say, you always tell us what to avoid. The reason I'm saying that to you is, I receive phone calls from people calling me and then letting me know, okay, this is what they're going through. And I have life stories that I've gone through, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. And it doesn't matter if you make good mistakes or bad mistakes or not, but a lot of mistakes in business become a toxic thing. Then you hold on to you pushing away the right people for the wrong people. Do not. Then what they do. Now I'm going to talk to you about how they do that. See, toxic characters tend to talk and then talk you into getting rid of good people. If the people are doing good, they're like, I don't know what he's doing here. He's always helping, but you're not helping. They always complain about people who are doing good instead of helping and building the endeavors that you're going to. They always like, I don't know, man. I was like, well, if you cannot be a plus, why be a minus? If you cannot be a plus, why be a minus? It's pretty simple. But they tend to not want to be a plus. They don't want to be a team player. They don't. And then sometimes by them not wanting to be a team player, they become that thorn in the business where everybody's felt like they're being pricked by them. So that's the people that you need to understand. Those 7 types of people are the people you should stay and definitely understand. Those characters are characters that are not going to help you. They're not going to help you grow. They're not going to help your business. They're not going to help you do anything that is productive. If they're not helping you do anything that is productive to your life, you must understand, in order for you to grow, you must add value to yourself and your customers. If anybody who was in your circle cannot add value to your business and your customers, they are diminishing the value. If you cannot add, you are minus and you are subtracting from it. If they cannot add to your growth, they are subtracting from it. So, in order for you to be good, in order for you to be successful, get rid of people who cannot lead to change. People who are toxic characters. People who are always negative. People who tend to push away people who are good. People who just disregard, they don't have any respect for your property. And most of all, you are the captain of the ship of yours. Regardless of what you do, regardless of your destination, regardless of what you want to do, you are the captain of that ship. Who you bring on board that ship should be a process, should be the people who are going to add to the growth of your dream. If they cannot add to the growth of your dreams, and if they decided, you know what, they don't belong to your club anymore, they don't belong to your circle anymore, please do not bring them back. And sometimes by holding them to the wrong people, we are stifling our growth. By letting go, it's like making ways for new growth. Remember, like and subscribe, share the message. I'm your host, Gary Ernest. See you next time.